to this, the additional recording for week 6 for research and information skills. This is going to be brief, as they all are. Additional recording should be. I don't particularly want to take up too much of your time, although I kind of figure within these recordings that at least some of the things that I have to say maybe resonate with you, or at least have some, I guess, outcome. Or at least that's my hope anyway. If you look on slide 29, there's a tutorial reminder for attending students. And whilst this obviously is only particularly relevant for those who are coming to the campus, what I'd like to remind distance students is that you should be starting to think about and devising some of your ideas to a point where you can actually look at doing a proposal form for your actual third assessment. I know that may seem some way off, although we are nearly at the halfway point, arguably at week 6. My hope is that you guys have come up with a project and that you're looking at possibly getting feedback from your distance tutor, in this case Julie. And the sooner you do this, the better, I think, personally, because, like I said, you can start doing the work in the background on top of your other work. At the moment, the specifics aren't important. It's actually having the idea or a project base to work on. If you need any guidance, go through the unit outline, obviously for the third assignment. Excuse me. There's plenty to do, plenty to explore, so by all means, take the time. Just have a read through and see literally what's on the horizon, what's coming up. The other thing I want to draw your attention to is slide 31 and 32. In this case, there's a short video on one of the many TED Talks, which I have to recommend, and I've probably recommended elsewhere. They're fantastic, very inspirational, at least certainly from my perspective. Gives you a wonderful insight into certain things that you may have thought about, or perhaps even wondered about or contemplated expressing or articulating. Anyway, there's a bunch of talks on there, and Lisa Boo's talk about how books opened or can open your mind, I think, is a short and insightful statement about what books can do for all of us as individuals. I've put a series of questions on slide 32, and really these are just about sort of getting you to think about what you read, what are the impacts of the things that you read. Obviously trying to address questions like why you're reading certain books, for instance, certain information. I think personally, sometimes we read trashy stuff because we don't particularly want to think about too much. And I'm not necessarily talking here about celebrity stuff, but that could be sort of, I guess, junk for the mind, or junk food for the mind, junk print. However, you go to or swing to the extreme of academic work, and a lot of the material is hard going. Personally, I think it's worth the journey, because sometimes one line in an entire book might be the thing that changes or reorientates your life. And so personally, I think it's always worth the journey. But it'd be interesting for you to explore some of those questions and determine why you read the material you do and what effect it has on you. Because often we don't think these things through. I think from my experience we don't. I certainly remember going through a phase of my life where I read a lot of English literature, also just a lot of novels, certainly Penguin novels, which at the time I had, I thought the Penguin classics were a superb library to sort of dip into. I spent maybe 4 or 5 years just reading novels or novelettes, and I guess since then I've shifted my taste towards much more, I guess, academic material. And it's not because necessarily I don't like novels, it's because during that period I felt like I guess not necessarily exhausted what a novel can do for me, but I guess I prefer reality, I guess, or reality checks, that make me really think. Novels make you think in different ways, perhaps more imaginative ways, but I wanted to be thinking, I guess, far more critically about things. And I enjoy essays, enjoy reading essays, particularly when it's well thought out and well structured. And for me, the logic and the reasoning behind a piece of writing is the thing that interests me the most. Anyway, like I said, that's for you to reflect on and for you to experience. The one thing I would recommend, if you don't particularly enjoy reading, you're going to have to get used to it if you want to progress in university. There's so much material out there, and you're going to have to somehow trawl through all of it. And the sooner you begin and accept perhaps your lot, your job as such, the quicker you'll get on with it. And to be honest, like I said, the fact that anything you pick up could be life-changing, whether it's about vocation education, whether it's just a personal insight, whether it's about a family issue or a social issue. For me, the actual potential of finding that nugget in a piece of literature is worth the hunt. You know, in other words, get the gold pans out and start panning. It might take you a long time to sift through the sand, but there may be a couple of specks of gold in there that, like I said, that transform or change your life irrevocably. And to me, that is fantastic. Anyway, have a good time reading. See you later.